Mr. Richard Anamoo, Director General of Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority from Ghana. Mr. Anamoo, pleased to see you here, and I would like to ask some questions.
Sure.
So what are your company's main achievements?
Yeah, first of all, let me say a very big thank you for this opportunity to be invited to this Euro Assembly Awards, Euro Business Assembly Awards. I mean, it's, what it basically to us means that whatever we are doing in West Africa is being observed and admired outside. As a port authority, especially along the west coast of Africa, what Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has done is to try and see how we can place the ports as the reference point, the preferred port, the port of choice for maritime trade and commerce into West Africa. So what we have done in the past few years is to expand the facilities or lay down the facilities to expand it to make sure that we can take on the trade in terms of bigger size of vessels, in terms of more space for cargo handling. So over the past few years, what we've done is to expand Takoradi Port, basically to meet the needs of the oil fields, and lay the foundation for the expansion of Tema Port as well. But above all, the issue of security is very important. So we place a premium on security. So we've introduced a whole number of measures, especially applying IT, not only to improve upon security, but also to improve upon efficiency of operation, where we operate in the port on a paperless basis. So these have been the main driving core, where we are using IT as a driving force for all our performance. And that is transforming. The port of Takoradi was constructed in 1928. That's well over 18 years ago. Tema in 1960. That's a long period ago. Over this period, the trade has changed, and therefore we have had to change the ports and redevelop the ports for the current traffic of the tomorrow.
Incredible results and achievements.
Yeah.
So what drives your success?
Our success is driven principally by the will of the workforce, letting them understand that even though we are state-owned, I've made everybody to appreciate the fact that the state looks at us as a commercial entity, and therefore we will have to ensure that we operate as a commercial entity. Yes, we are the Port Authority of Ghana, and therefore we have the capacity to do by law, to plan, develop, manage, operate the ports. But that does not mean that we can manage it in any way. And therefore the driving force is the workforce, the quality of workforce, giving them the tools to work with, letting them appreciate that we as workers, as managers, we can improve upon our efficiency by applying present-day technology. But therefore the driving force is to give them also the tools to work with. The computers, all the electronic gadgets, the systems, to make sure that they have the latest technology to play with. And then also, of course, create the conditions for them. That you're working and then you're well paid. There are medical services for you. You are being looked up for. The office conditions are conducive for you to work inside. So the environment is being created, in a way that you feel comfortable, to work with. And above all, to understand that you have a duty to the company and to Ghana. And that has been the driving force. The driving force has been to succeed, not as at the top, but right from the bottom to the top. Yes, so we try to carry everybody along with us.
And what are your future targets?
Our future targets are very simple. First, to expand the two ports to limits that at least will take us into the next 35 to 40 years, to lay down the foundation that will bring in bigger vessels. In terms of, we talk of draft of about 16 to 17 meters. We're talking of large acres of land that we can handle containers, handle general cargo, handle project cargo. Currently we are constrained by that. And therefore our principal targets now for Tema Port is basically to expand the port to at least by 2018, 2020, we should be able to handle over 2 million TAUs capacity. And by 2020, we should be going beyond 3 million And by the time we get to 2030, it should have the capacity to handle over 3.5 million TAUs. The same thing in Takoradi Port. To expand the port to take care of the bulk carriers in terms of bauxite, manganese, also cement that is coming in, export cocoa, natural resources. There are big vessels coming in because volumes is very important, economies of scale. So those are the issues that we are looking at. That's our principal target. But because it's an oil industry, because Takoradi is closer to the oil fields, we've got to create the facilities for the oil service vessels, that they can come in quickly and load and go up. Several berthing facilities. Giving them a lot of space so that the logistics providers like Halliburton, Cornshape, Bolloré, Schlumberger, Bafreight, Subsea 7, and all those that you can think about, they all have now. Baker Hughes and all these, they can all take position. GE Electrical is coming with full force. They should have the capacity, the space to be able to operate. Even though they are not coming in with bigger vessels, but the tonnage they are dealing with, it says that they need space, they need services as and when they want it.
Not by the way, you can provide them with this.
Exactly. So those are our target areas. Those are principally our target areas. And of course, as I said, to lay the foundation that we can continue to expand in terms of additional beds, in terms of additional land space. Because the two ports are constrained by land space. Takoradi is just at a cliff of a hill, and therefore we've got to go into the sea to reclaim land. Tema Port is basically the same thing. It's also constrained by land space. So we've got to reclaim from the sea and therefore create more space that if it's container, if it's bulk cargo, if it's a question of factories, we have space to be able to handle these. Those are our targets. And of course, above all, capture the trade into West Africa, transit trade. On top of us, we have Mali, we have Burkina Faso, we have Niger. We think that we can do better as a country. Ghana is very sociable. We are the land of democracy and peace. It's the oasis upon which we spread the freedom, across West Africa. And therefore, we believe that with our organization and our planning, we'll be able to enter into the West African regime. That Ghana and Ghanaian ports should be the preferred choice to send cargo into Niger, to send cargo into Mali, to send cargo in Burkina Faso. Those are our targets. And we believe that we should be able to succeed in doing that.
I'm convinced, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
And Mr. Anamoo,
yes.
How does EBA award encourage you?
The Euro Business Award is an excellent opportunity. In fact, we were taken by surprise because, to be honest, until we got the letter, we didn't even know that European Business Assembly existed. So when we had this and that coming, it was like, hey, whatever we are doing is being recognized somewhere. And not only just within our shores, but far away in Europe, far away in Britain, which means that somebody sitting somewhere, some group of people sitting somewhere are watching what we are doing and admiring what we are doing. And that it itself is an appreciation. It will inspire our people. It will inspire my workers to understand that, hey, don't think that you are doing something just for yourself, but the outside world is watching and judging you by your performance. And of course, that recognition will also bring in a lot more, because these are business people. They are not.
Yes, I agree.
These are business people. So once they are putting your name in those sort of things, the company and all that, they are telling the business world that, hey, GPHA is ready to do business. Go do something with that. So it is an honor, it's a privilege, it's an opportunity that we couldn't have afforded to miss it. And therefore, when we had this invitation and the acknowledgement and the fact that we finally got the award, it was an excellent opportunity. It's going to boost the trade and opportunity that we have in Ghana. It's going to place GPHA and, for that matter, Ghana on the map in the business world, in the maritime trade. That look out for Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, look out for Ghana as you are doing trade into West Africa.
So, Mr. Anamoo, I highly appreciate for your attention. It was my pleasure to communicate with you, and I do wish you success in any activities of yours.
So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Most grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.